In this tutorial, we'll be using our half-scale basic bodice pattern to create our princess bustier. So let's begin. We need to do our under bust tightening, and we'll be taking 2.5 inches from our under bust. So what we are going to do is to take 1 inch from the center front, then 1.5 inches from the side front. So we are taking 1.5 inches on that side, then we repeat the same thing on our waistline. 1.5 inches on the side front and 1 inch on the center front. Kindly note that. Then we connect it with a straight ruler. So we repeat the same thing on the other side. Then once we are done doing that, we get our curve ruler to connect to our bust points. So just note the way I place the curve ruler, because it doesn't have to be too curved. Then we need to connect it into the armhole area. So we have to go up by 1 inch from our bust point. Then we use our curve ruler to connect straight into the armhole. So once we are done doing that, we need to take the dart on the armhole side. So we'll go down by 1 inch on the chest line. Then we connect it straight into the bust points. Then that 1 inch that we are taking, we are going to return it back to the armhole. So we go up by 1 inch. As you can see, we went up by 1 inch there. So we are creating a new armhole curve. So place our armhole ruler, connect it straight into the chest line. So we blend it in properly. Then we now connect the other side also. Then we have sharp edges on both sides. So we need to eliminate all this. So we need to use our curve ruler to blend it in properly. So we repeat the same thing on the other side too. So we are done with that side. Then we need to take our horizontal measurement now. My bust is 11 inches. Then with what we have there is almost half inches. Let's say 11.5 inches. Then 1 inch sewing allowance for both sides, making 12.5 inches. Then we now add 1 inch sewing allowance, making 13.5 inches. Once we are done doing that, we go to our waistline. Then we add the 2.5 inch dart to my waist measurement, 9 inches plus 2.5. That's going to give us 11.5 inches. 1 inch sewing allowance on both sides, 12.5 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance, making 13.5 inch. Then we connect into a straight line. So we repeat the same thing on our sewing allowance. So we are done with our horizontal measurements. So now let's go to the neckline. So we go in by 4 inches. Then we come down by 6 inches for our neck depth. Then we use our ruler to connect. We don't want a sharp V-neck, so that's why we're using the curve ruler. So we use it to connect. So we are done drafting. And you had your sewing allowance at the shoulder area. Half inch sewing allowance. So we now cut out. You can see the way I'm moving the scissors because we are cutting the center front now. So you follow the lines gradually. So we are done cutting the center front. Then we go to the side front. So just follow the line. You can see how I curved my hand through the center front to the bust area. So you do the same thing as well. So we are almost done cutting. Our princess bustier is ready. Thank you so much for watching. See you in our next video.